No, but if it is,
I'm saying
then
this,
you're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm saying these group of people.
I'm saying
these very group of people. You're talking about 3,000 people.
Yeah, that's a scientific method. I mean, I could contest.
But you know, on the other hand, there have been voices raised, and there have been protests made, and people have said that we don't agree with this kind of with homosexual rights and gay rights. So that, I mean, in the wider community, don't you feel that there is a need for gays to reach out to the wider community?
Of course there is. There's a need for them to reach out. There's a need for others to listen, to respond, to be sensitive to them, and to drop prejudices and biases.
But you also feel this, you feel very vindicated by this, don't you? Because you've always said that, in fact, we are completely misreading what public opinion is saying.
No, I am totally with him when he says that they need to be understood. And I think if you have heard us properly, particularly from the church's side, we have always said that they need to be accepted with respect, compassion and sensitivity. This has been our consistent stand, please. And we want to extend our understanding.
But you still believe it's immoral?
Yes,
you still believe it's immoral?
Yes, we do believe that it is immoral because that is...
Let me also bring in Tarun Mansukhani here, who is in fact the director of Dostana. Tarun Mansukhani, you know, the question could be raised to you that when you made Dostana, you didn't really make a film about two gay men. They were actually just pretending to be gay. They were not gay. They were making fun in a sense of homosexuality. Do you think it would be difficult actually in India, given the kind of survey results that we have, the 73% saying yes, gays should be, sex should be considered illegal? It would be difficult to make a film where you actually seriously explore homosexuality as a serious reality.
No, not at all. Why would it be difficult to make that kind of film? I'm sure it would be. I could go on right now and defend Dostana and say that no, it was a baby step forward and all of that, but that's not what the show is about.
Were you being careful? Were you being very careful with Dostana? Were you going thus far and no further?
Yes, of course you have to be careful. You can't turn around and say that I want to make the kind of films I want to make and you better come and watch it and pay money for me. That's not the way it works. You have to take care of everyone who's out there watching a film. You can't be just brash and be out there and call it artistic and just say and do what you want. And at the end of the day, if you come back to the statistics, yes, 73% turn around and feel that it's wrong and all of that. But it doesn't take majority to create a change. I think we should be looking at the other 17% who are very much okay with it and are today okay with it. 5 years ago, we wouldn't have had 17%. We would probably be at 7%. And I think that's the growth that we should be looking at rather than saying India is conservative and we have a 73% that says no. We have the fact that there are 17% today and 10% who are saying we don't know. There's a 27% that's out there saying yes, okay, maybe there's a possibility of change. And that's what matters today.
I would say thanks to media that you've got 17%.
So is that what offended you? The media images what offended you? I mean, people wearing feathers and the kind of clothes they were wearing, images, and the kind of way they were presenting gays. That was offensive.
No, that is how they are. I mean, we have no objection to that because everyone has the freedom to be what they want to be, how they want to be. That is fine. My basic question to the media is why was there such a huge hype about it? And it is due to that many people who don't even understand what it is.
Okay, Tarun, you wanted to come in on that?
Yeah, I mean, there is constant display of religion all over the world. I don't see any atheist standing up and saying, what the hell do you mean, why are you showing us about God? We don't believe in God. It's got nothing to do with you, whether you like it or not. It's something that was happening at that point in time. It's a historic judgment for this country. The media covered it. I mean, are you upset with the media or are you upset with the fact that homosexuality is immoral according to you? Take a stand, let us know. Firstly, I don't think it's your stand. You're following a stand which belongs to a church. I mean, at the end of the day, what's your opinion? Let's come in with that.
So why do you believe homosexuality is immoral?
Well, naturally, we consider it as immoral because basically sex has its own purpose. I would say each organ in the body has its own purpose. You don't use hands to walk. You use your feet to walk. So therefore, a sexual organ, a male organ has its place, and a female organ has its place.
So, and during reproduction, that is not
only reproduction, but even the very sexual act. Where does a male sexual organ go, and who receives it, and what happens to the female body when it is ready to receive the male organ? Does that happen to a male organ to receive when it receives another male organ? It doesn't. I'm sorry to use this kind of language, but I think this needs to be made clear. Therefore, it is immoral because God has created these organs for a certain purpose. There is a purpose of procreation, certainly.
Tarun, you wanted to react?
Yeah, well, that's great because you're basically breaking it down that gay relationships are all about sex. I think you're forgetting the one very major factor, that it's also about a relationship and love. And I think that's also important in this entire aspect. So don't just break it down to saying sex, and that's why gay people are immoral.
But let me also bring in. Let me bring in the argument made by another religious leader. And let me put it to you, saying that why, if being gay is natural, then why don't animals exhibit?
Animals do exhibit
homosexual traits.
I mean, there are umpteen documentaries which have documented these things of evidence of homosexuality among all sorts of animals. There are those famous penguins in China who were given an egg from somebody else, and they even hatched it and reared 2 male penguins. But let's not go down the nature route, you see, because nature also allows incest.
The nature route. In fact, now hold that thought, because we're going to have to take a short break at this point. We'll come back and talk much more about this on State of the Nation in just a bit.